Wow. EA cancels another Marvel game was in development. Wow, I'm not surprised. Titanfall 3 canceled. X Defiant absolutely being canceled all the way to the ground. Ubisoft is like, nope, we don't need that Call of Duty killer. Get it out of here. Suicide Squad, absolutely terrible. Vanguard Zombies was better than that. Just kidding. But video games cancellations tends to happen when studios don't have enough time to polish the game. Cough cough, Suicide Squad. I didn't play it, but bad reviews happen for a reason unless the game goes into a direction that people don't like. The Suicide Squad was a huge letdown for Marvel fans. The question is, why? Here's the answer. I do not know, but from other sources and reviews, Suicide Squad lacked experiences within its game, like the studio didn't really fully understand how properly to structure this game, which led to a terrible game design, broken physics and game activities, and not meeting people's expectations. In 2025, our standards are way too high. Back in the Xbox 360 days, the graphics don't matter. Like, it doesn't really matter today, but back then, graphics really didn't matter. Just look at Halo, Call of Duty, Minecraft. There's just so many other games. You look at today's games, you can bring out a game that doesn't really have that much graphical to it, and it will still do good. It's just how it is. But back then, it was much appreciated because back then they couldn't make games they made today back then. But we don't know what's really going on behind closed doors. Just a simple article explaining why this is canceled, but there is a small percent chance that this game could have been canceled because of Battlefront 3 or just maybe Battlefront 2 has been blowing up more players more than ever, more than Call of Duty can ever wish for on release days. Crazy. I've talked about this in my recent video that the team wants to get back together to create a Battlefront 3 and might just happen, but we do not know yet. We have another tweet here. It says, EA, is it going to make Star Wars Battlefront 3? According to IGN, an internal email revealed more layoffs and that EA is now focused only on Battlefield, The Sims, Skate, and Apex Legends. Outside of finishing the third Jedi game, EA's time with Star Wars looks done. Wow, looks pretty not good. But I think that if the old team can create a new studio to create this game, maybe. I don't know if that's copyright infringement by EA or not, but if they get a thumbs up to do that, I think they can do that. But I don't know how game development works when you're trying to make other games and spin-offs of other games that's already been created on the original Xbox. But we just have to see what the future has to hold because anything could change. And these articles are just articles that people spread the word of other information that other people have gotten from other people that we haven't seen yet on the internet, which is kind of crazy. I think that Battlefront 2, it's absolutely exploding right now in players. It's just so many people are playing it, so many people, and that's good. But that's not going to encourage EA to make a Battlefront 3. This isn't going to happen. It might. You never know. But if we look back at Avengers was a solid Marvel video game. It met people's expectations pretty high. So high that you can't even see the ground, or maybe it's, so sunny outside you can barely see your foot. But jokes aside, playing as Iron Man and the Hulk, even Black Panther, I think that was a PlayStation exclusive. Could be wrong. But the difference, we would get a Black Panther standalone game and decisions have to be made. It's easier said than done. A lot of productions, writing, motion, and time goes into these games, and hopefully the reason is for the good. So everyone will have their own experience with Marvel games since everyone will be on different platforms. Obviously, your review for a game is based on your experience and not other people's reviews. So that's basically what I'm actually going for here. So this could mean anything. This article it could be true, could be a lie, it could just be other people getting insider info from other people that we don't know. So like I said, we don't know what's going on behind closed doors. Seeing that Black Panther standalone game got canceled by EA and EA is selecting specific games to absolutely focus on in the next upcoming years, that's absolutely fine. If the game didn't meet their expectations or the development team wasn't really going so well, they make those decisions to cancel the game. That's what's exactly happening right here. At this point, there's so many canceled games of this year, and it's ridiculous. We will never see the daylight of those games, which sucks. So let's go ahead and read this article. In addition to closing cliffhangers and canceling Black Panther, EA is also laying off some individuals on both its mobile and central teams. When asked for an exact number of individuals impacted, EA declined to comment. IGN understands that the total numbers of affected individuals is this wave is less than roughly 300 roles cut last month across Respawn and EA's fan care teams, but cannot confirm by how much. These decisions are hard. They affect people we've worked with, learned from, and shared real moments with. We're doing everything we can do to support them, including including finding opportunities within EA where we've had success helping people land in new roles. As with past rounds of layoffs, EA is endeavoring to place affected individuals in other roles across the company. The company has made us of this placement program with each round of layoffs in recent years, an effort that remains possible despite the constant teams cuts likely due to EA seemingly drastically increasing headcount on other teams at the same time. Per Games files reporting EA employed 800 more people as of March of this year than it did at the same time in 2024. To that end, continues that the company is focusing on a small handful of franchises going forward. Battlefield, The Sims, Skate, and Apex Legends. Melee also reassures EA will continue to invest in its Iron Man game at Motive and the third Star Wars game, Jedi game, as well as maintain its mobile business despite today's cuts, while BioWare works on the next Mass Effect. Additionally, last year, CEO Andrew Wilson announced the company would be moving away from development of future licensed IP that we did not believe will be successful in our changing industry. The emails doesn't mention EA Sports, but this is due to EA Sports is a separate division. IGN understands that the sports division is unaffected by these changes for now. Notably, Marvel and EA's agreement for Black Panther was part of a 3-game deal that includes Iron Man and a third unannouncement title. IGN understands that this partnership will continue with Motive Studios leading future Marvel titles. EA provided the following statement regarding the deals with Marvel to IGN. Attributed to Melee's, our partnership with Marvel remains strong and our multi-title long-term collaboration continues. Little has been shown of Black Panther so far since its announcement in 2023, though we know from a job listing it was to be a single-player action adventure open world game. Black Panther was being developed by the newly formed, now closed Cliffhangers Games, which was formed in 2023, with some former developers of Middle-earth, Shadow of Mordor, and headed up by Kevin. These cuts come on the heels of multiple other rounds of layoffs, cancellations at EA over the past few years, and in development Titanfall game and another incubation project either earlier this year, and EA restructured BioWare, moving some developers to other projects and laying off others in 2024. There was a massive restructuring at EA that resulted in 670 workers laid off company-wide, including around 24 workers at Respawn, and in 2023, 50 jobs were cut at BioWare and an unknown number were cut at Codemasters. Meanwhile, EA recently implemented a mandatory return to office for all workers, a move that some employees told IGN has left many currently remote workers with concerns about what will happen to their role long term. When asked for a comment on the exact number impacted the reasons for these repeated cuts, or if more cuts are expected in the near future, EA referred IGN back to email. Marvel has not yet responded to IGN's request for a comment, which we could see that in next upcoming weeks, days, months, or even years, which is pretty crazy to see. Sorry if I mispronounce any of those words because I am a totally bad reader, so I apologize for any missed and impronounced words. It just happens, we're humans. I don't pronounce everything right, just how it is. So that has been the video. You guys can have your full comments and your full conversation, positive conversation down below. What do you guys think about this whole situation? And please let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, make sure to hit that bell notification to never miss a single video, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.